Hi guys, how are you doing today? I truly hope you guys are okay. I'm not going to be long, but I literally wanted to just come at you and say something to you guys this morning about how you can help yourself to not stay stuck if you actually are stuck. One of the things you need to do, guys, is to help yourself to forgive yourself. Now, I know that sounds weird, or you probably may not have thought of this, but literally, I just came out of a meeting, and one of the things I realized after coming out of that meeting is we cannot keep ourselves or keep somebody hostage to what was. It was so fascinating, and I said to myself, I actually have to share this. I literally just came off Facebook because I was sharing it with the family there, and I said I wanted to jump on here and help you guys or help whomever may be able to join, to just say hi guys, thank you so much for joining. It's a small and it's a short quick word. Let's hope Instagram doesn't bump me off, because they love to bump me off in my lives, which is so frustrating. But coming out of that long meeting, I said to myself, this is one of the reasons we stay stuck. We hold people hostage to what was instead of facing the reality of what is. Like, it's right in front of you. You're looking at it. You are seeing that this is what's happening, but you can't see it because you have yourself or somebody else hostage to what was. And as I sat there and I listened, I said to myself, this is so amazing. And I found I found that it was so useful for me that I thought it could actually help somebody else to stop yourself from being hurt or stuck in pain or stuck in life because of the fact that you or me, we're holding somebody hostage to what was. Now, I understand if you have been living with someone for a few years or for a while, or if you've known a certain pattern or lifestyle of this individual, you can say, oh, well, yeah, I know this, I know that. And if there is nothing to signal that there is a change, this is the pattern or the lifestyle that you're going to know them for, that you're going to attach to them. But if you actually stop and face reality, you will realize that okay, maybe this is not what I said it would be. Maybe this is not how I think it is, because this evidence shows this or this evidence shows that. And when I sat in the meeting, I said, this is sometimes how we get stuck in hurt. This is sometimes how we get stuck in pain. This is how we end up in a cycle of hurt or cycle of pain. Now, I understand also if persons have been saying a particular thing, let's use me. I recently found out that I really love to cook. And all my life, I have said I don't like to cook. Like, I literally said, I'm 39, and for as long as I can know myself, I would go in the kitchen and make one or two meals, but I often said I didn't like to cook. And I found out just this year how much I love to cook and that I'm actually good at it. Now, it took a while. One of the reasons was that my circumstances did not facilitate an appreciation for what I did, or probably how I did it. And that brought a lot of intimidation in me and insecurity in myself. And because of that intimidation and insecurity, I ended up backing myself in a corner and just literally saying I hate cooking, but I love to cook. I really love to cook, and I'm actually pretty good at cooking. And I said to myself, this is it. Sometimes we go through life, we follow a certain pattern or we follow a certain code because this is all we've known, and then we reach a circumstance and it starts to bring out things in us that we didn't know before, or it starts to bring out things in somebody that we didn't know before, but because we have held them hostage to the idea of what they were, we are unable to see what is happening. Hi, good afternoon too. We are unable to see what is happening in the moment. And so sometimes it is good to just take a step back and look directly at what's happening and get to the mental state of, okay, you know what? This is what was. This is what is. If I stay in the past, I'm going to be stuck there. I am going to be having a fixed mindset about what's in the past, if I stay into the idea of what this thing was, what this person was, what this event was, what this product was, then I am going to be stuck there. And being stuck in an idea versus reality is a time warp of pain. And I sat there in the meeting that I was in and I said, I see how I realize to the great extent that this is applicable to my life now. And I thought to myself, I want to share it with you guys because maybe it can help somebody get from point A to point B. Maybe it can actually help somebody face reality, including myself, realities that are all around that you don't even realize because you can't see it on the basis you're stuck in an idea of what was. Even in our lives, and again, I'm using the fact of me not loving to cook, not liking the kitchen at all. I was faced with a difficult circumstance, and then I had to face the reality of what was. And upon facing the reality of what was, I realized, shoot, I love to cook. The problem I have, which some persons may know, is standing for long hours really is very painful for me. So when I stand for long hours to cook, it hurts, but I get the reward of seeing what I've made, tasting what I've made, and from others enjoying what I have made. And so I hope, I don't know, has that ever happened to anybody? You are so stuck in the idea of what was that you are unable to see what is, and then what is in front of you becomes cloudy, what is in front of you becomes mystified, what is in front of you sometimes become painful because you're still stuck in what was. I know this is something I had struggled with for a very, very, very long time. And even coming out of that meeting, I realized how that can also create problems for others. Has this ever happened to you guys? You get stuck in a time warp. I'm not talking like, the psychological stuff, as in we're stuck in a state, a child state or stuff like that. Not to that extent. I mean, like let's say you had a friend and the friend would always call, always check up on you, and then they stopped and you're wondering what you did, what did I do? What did I say? How are they not calling? When the friend might just be in a new job and they can't call as often, and they're expecting that you would call because you always call, and you're expecting that they should call because they always call, and all of that craziness just spin out into even sometimes disruption in the relationship because we're not facing what is. The reality of what is happening. If we keep ourselves, has this ever happened to anybody? Put in the comments if this has ever happened. Say me, because I can say a big old me. If we stay stuck in the idea of what was, our minds will still be in the place of what was. And if our minds are in the place, are in a place of what was, then the reality of what is going to be problematic. But if we wake up to what is at this moment, if we take a deep breath, sometimes take a step back and say, you know what, this is what is happening, and I have to deal with what is happening, instead of going back to what was, going back to the idea of a thing, of a person, of a place, of an incident, of what we think a person likes, of what we think a person don't like. If we don't do that, assess, analyze, and then conclude objectively, then our minds and our reality right now, they're going to be at war. And when that happens, it's going to spill out on everybody. Why? Because we're going to be bitter, we're going to be hurt, we're going to be upset, we're going to say nasty things, where sometimes we're going to not say anything. And what that does is that it makes us cold, it makes us distant, it makes us, for lack of a better word, probably inappropriate to say here, but it makes us not the best us, not the authentic us. The authentic you is the person who is facing what is happening now, developing a growth mindset to move forward instead of sticking to what was. Do you guys understand what I mean? That was something I had to do in order to get me out of a place where I was stuck in. And I felt like upon exiting that meeting just now, I felt like this was something that could actually help somebody. I felt like it was something that somebody needed to hear. Sometimes, and this is the final thing I'm going to say before I close because I won't be long, sometimes it is us. We are stuck in an idea of what we used to be, so we don't think we deserve certain things now. We don't think we deserve this kind of love, this kind of attention. Thank you, dope woman of God. This kind of affection. We don't feel like we deserve the good things because of what used to happen, because of the things we used to say, because of the person we used to be. And we get stuck in the idea of who we were. And even when we're trying to change, it's so hard. We're trying to change for the better that is. And it's so hard because now we start to tell ourselves, I don't deserve this position. I don't deserve this job. I don't deserve this promotion. I don't deserve this. I don't deserve this, when you actually do. In reality, you do, because you're working on you. You're working on making yourself better. You're working on becoming more authentic. You're working on becoming the person you were always designed and destined to be. You are working on being a better you. And you deserve goodness. You deserve what is better, if what was not the best. So sometimes we are hard on our own selves because of the ideas and because of who we were. But today I want to say, if you have taken steps to make you better, then yes, you deserve better. If you have taken steps to love you, then yes, you deserve to be loved. If you have always been there and now somebody is there for you, you deserve the person to be there for you. If you've never been there for anybody and somebody's now been there for somebody's now there for you, then also that could be a sign of God showing you how you can be better for somebody else. So yes, you deserve that too. And if you've always been there and nobody's there for you now, it just means that a season is coming when what was and who were there, there's a season coming that it's going to be 10 times that for you. So at any given rate, stay in your corner, hold the faith, because better is coming. Better is coming. Better will come. Better has to come. Stay in your corner. Hold the faith. Don't get stuck in the ideas of what was. Be present, be active in this moment. Allow what is happening now to filter itself through you. You take what is good for you, you leave what doesn't belong to you, and you live present in the moment and allow happiness, allow joy to start to spring from you. When you do that, I guarantee you that you'll start to live richer, fuller lives. Richer and fuller lives, simply by taking stock of what's in the moment, appreciating what's in the moment instead of being stuck in an idea of what was, who was, what a thing was, what a situation was, what a person was, what a friendship was, what a relationship was, what a lifestyle was, what a place you used to live was. Be present in today. It's one of the ways in which you can get yourself unstuck and move on to a brighter and better future. Be present in today, in this moment. Yes, that was the past, but what is happening now? How can you use what's happening now to help you to be better? How can you use what's happening now to help somebody else to be better? Be present. Be mindful of what's happening now, and I know this will help you to live a richer, fuller life and to get unstuck from any mental block or any mental issues in that sense that you may be experiencing today. Thank you guys so much for listening. I appreciate you being here. I wanted to share that because I found it so amazingly freeing today when I came out of that meeting, and that was part of what came out of the meeting. I'm like, I should share that. Maybe that would help somebody to get stuck, get out of the idea of what was and be present in what is happening now and see how what's happening now can make your life better or somebody's life better in the future instead of going back to what was. All right. Thank you guys so much. I appreciate you. Have a good rest of your Friday. Bye.